Thy God Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya Param Chaiva Naro Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavanaishi Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Namah Pangajanabhaya Namah Pangajamarine Namah Pangajanetraya Namaste Pangajangre Kamkarodi Vachalam Pangam Lankayade Girim Nityamatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is, reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 10, Opulence of the Absolute, and today's verses are 35 to 38. So verse 35, Bhrat Sama Tada Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashishoham Rudonam Kusumakaraha Bhrat Sama Tada Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashishoham Rudunam Kusumakaraha Bhrat Sama Tada Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashishoham Rutunam Kusumakara. Hey, Vaikarimaji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Brihaisama Tada Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masana Marga Shirshoham Ritunam Kusumagara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Kamaji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Brihat Sama Tata Samna Gayatri Chandasamaham Masana Margashishoham Ritunam Kusumakaraha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Snigdhamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bruhat Sama Tatha Samnang Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanang Margashirshoham Rutunang Kushumakaraha. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Vanamali. Vanamali Maji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhrat Sama Tada Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshoham Ridunam Kusumagara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Kamaji can read the word by word and translation.
Okay. Brihat Sama, the Brihat Sama, Tata also Samnam of the Samaveda song, Gayatri, the Gayatri hymns, Chandasam of the all poetry, Aham, I am Asanam of months, Margashirso, Aham, the months of November and December, Aham, I am Rutunam of all seasons, Kusma Karaha, spring, Of hymns I am the Brihatsama sung to the Lord Indra, and of poetry I am the Gayatri verse sung daily by Brahmanas. Of months I am November and December, and of season I am flower-bearing spring. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Verse 36. Dhyudam chalayadamasmi tejasvinamaham jayosmi vivasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Dhyudam chalayadamasmi tejasvinamaham jayosmi vivasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Dhyudam chalayadamasmi tejasvinamaham jayosmi vivasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Maharaji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Tidham chalayadamasmi tejasvi namaham jayosmi vyavasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rekha
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dyutam chalayatamasmi tejasvinamaham jayosmi vyavasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Snigdamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Dyutam chalayatamasmi tejasvinamaham jayosmi vyavasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Vanamali.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dyudam chalayadamasmi tejasvinamaham jayosmi vivasayosmi sattvam sattvadamaham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Snigdamaji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Dyutam, gambling, chalayatam, of all cheats, asmi, I am, tejaha, splendid, tejasvinam, of everything splendid, aham, I am, jayaha, victory, asmi, I am, vyavasayaha, adventure, asmi, I am, sattvam, strength, sattvavam, of all the strong, I am, aham, I am. I am also the gambling of cheats, and of the splendid I am the splendor. I am victory, I am adventure, and I am the strength of all the strong. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. 37. Rishinam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Apiham Vyasa Kavinam Ushana Kavi. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Apiham Vyasa Kavinam Ushana Kavi. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Apyaham Vyasa Kavinam Ushana Kavi. Yes, like Harimaji.
Hare Krishna. Vishnunam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Abhyaham Vyasa Kavinamushana Kavi. Hare Krishna.
Right. Rekamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Vrishninam vasudevosmi pandavanam dhananjaya muninam apyaham vyasaha kavinam ushana kavihi. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Snigdamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Vrishninam vasudevosmi Pandavanam dhananjayah Munina apiyaham vyasah Kavinam moshana kavihi. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Vanamali.
Hare Krishna. Vishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Apyaham Vyasa Kavinamushana Kavi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Rekamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Vrishninam, of the descendants of Vrishni, Vasudevaha, Krishna and Dwaraka, Asmi, I am Pandavanam, of the Pandavas, Dhananjaya, Arjuna, Puninam, of the sages, Api also, Aham, I am Vyasa, the compiler of Vedic literature, Kavinam, of all great thinkers, Ushana, Kavihi, the thinker. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva, and the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among great thinkers, I am Ushana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Text 38. Dando damyadamasmi nidirasmi jigishadam maunam chaivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavadamaham. Dando damyadamasmi nidirasmi jigishadam maunam chaivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavadamaham. Dando damyadamasmi nidirasmi jigishadam maunam chaivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavadamaham. Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandodamaya Nidirasmi Jigishada. Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanavadamaham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Rekamaji.
Hare Krishna. Dandodharaya tamasmi nitir asmi jigishata maunam saivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanatoham. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Snigdhamaji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandodamayatamasmi nitirasmi jigishatam maunam chaibasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavatamyaham.
Hare Krishna. Kanamali.
Hare Krishna. Dandodamyadamasmi nidirasmi jigishadam maunyam chaivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavadamaham.
Hare Krishna. Snigdhamaji.
Yes, Prabhu. Dandaha, punishment. Damayatam, of all separation. Asmi, I am. Nitihi, morality. Asmi, I am. Jigishatam, of the victorious. Manunam, silence. Cha, and. Eva, also. Asmi, I am. Guhyanam, of secrets. Jnanam, knowledge. Jnanavatam, of all the wise. Aham, I am. Among punishments, I am the rod of chastisement, and of those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence, and of the wise, I am wisdom. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupagada Mahyam Dadadi Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapatagamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagarajadam Sagana Raghunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivishadhanvidam Sa Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagalpade Gopesham Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadruvascha Kripa Sindhuvyeva cha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Nama Om Vishnupādaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminidhi Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Bhritsamadada Asamnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashishoham Bhuta Rudunam Kusumagara Of the hymns, I am the Brihat Sama sung to Lord Indra, and of poetry, I am the Gayatri verse sung daily by the Brahmanas. Of months, I am November and December, and of seasons, I am flower-bearing spring. So, Krishna is very nicely explaining all these opulences, and Arjuna is enjoying this. So many opulences, so many groups, so many very important, outstanding persons or objects or animals or trees within that group. And there are relationships also. Like in the next verse, BG.10.35, we'll find there is no outstanding person, object, animal, or tree, anything like that. It's only relationships. But idea is Krishna covers all spheres. Whatever you can see in the universe, whatever you can see, what objects, persons, then literature, in daily routine life, whatever you come across, everywhere you can see the opulence of Krishna. So that's a way of understanding Krishna for constant remembrance. So here in this verse, again, Krishna goes back to Vedas. Previously, I said that among the Vedas is a Sama Veda. Now he says that in the Samnam means Vedic song, Vedic song. He says Brihat Sama. Brihat Sama means very big. He's a Brihat Sama. So Brihat Sama is mentioned in Rig Vedas, in third mandalam. It's there, and it is said that it is in Rig Veda alone. There are 1028 hymns in praise of demigods and also some related with Vishnu. And most of these hymns are sung in glory of Indra. Very few are there pertaining to Vishnu and Krishna. We may be surprised, but why? Because we understand, we know that as per Shastras, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and naturally Vedas should glorify Krishna alone. But the structure of Vedas is like this, is like that the first half is called the Pura Mimamsa, the first part, Pura Mimamsa, is dedicated to Karma Kanda section or the fruitive activities. So activities are there always because we are active. The soul is always active. The conditioned soul is always active. And most of these activities are fruitive activities because it's meant for some purpose, some enjoyment. So therefore, the first part of Vedas, the Purva Mimamsa, comprises entirely on the Karma Kanda session. And therefore, all the yajnas and all the things which are mentioned in the Vedas for achievement to appease these demigods and reach the celestial regions, the hymns are naturally glorifying Indra, basically, mainly Indra because he is the king of demigods, Deva Indra. So it's not surprising that in most of Vedas, especially Rig Veda, you'll find so many hymns in praise of Indra. In the Purva Mimamsa, in the Uttara Mimamsa part, the second part is comprising of Upanishads, which is a Jnana Kanda section of the Vedas. You will find the emphasis is on Brahman only, the formless Krishna, the formless energy of Krishna, the Brahman, the impersonal aspects. They are giving more importance. But finally, when where they are rejecting this karma and concentrating only on jnana, meditating on the formless Brahman. But when we go more advanced, again, karma gains predominance. But this karma is not fruitive activities. It is a genuine suruba of the Atma is a transcendental activities which we know more popularly as bhakti. So in bhakti, you find upasana. That's the upasana kanta section of Vedas. Very little portion only. There you will find mention of Vishnu and Krishna. Especially there is a Arya Samaj has come out with very nice book, very nice this one about the presence of Krishna in the Vedas. Is very quite large. I'll share in the group if you want. But basically, the Upanishad, the Upasana part of Vedas is basically little, and that is why Sri Narada advised Vyasadeva that so far you have focused mainly on the Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, basically fruitive activities. That is the first aspect of dharma, artha, and kama. And then the second part, you're focused on moksha aspect, on Brahman realization. But unfortunately, people are so much attached to these fruitive activities, kama and artha and kama, that they have rejected the aspect of moksha. They are not interested no longer in liberation. They're happy with the fruitive activities endlessly. So 9th chapter, we have seen that going to a heavenly planets, spending a lot of time there, and the exhaustion of the punyas coming down to earth again, and again going up, like that, the cycle. And the people who are more into jnana condensation, they are so much averse to karma. They consider all karma to be fruitive, all karma to be in illusion, aspect of Maya only. So there was a confusion. Both this one, Purva Mimamsa as well as Uttara Mimamsa, people are not getting the fine aspect of the Purushartha. So the real reason Narada pointed out to Sri Vyasa was that you have not glorified enough. You are only mentioned partially only. You are not focused the full attention on the possessor of these two aspects, both the fruitive activities and the jnana condensation. From everything has come, Krishna, Supreme Personality of Krishna, has not been given the proper place, appropriate mentioning. And therefore now you rectify this mistake and devote an entire book on the glories of Krishna, the Supreme Personality. And thus, Vedavyasa wrote Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the background of Srimad Bhagavatam. So here, Krishna mentions that Bharat Sama, one of the great hymns in Vedas, represents me because it is very high, lofty, and it is in praise of Indra. And then in Gayatri, Chandasa, among the Chandas of all the poetry, which is ruled by meters, Gayatri is most important, Sarvashreshtha. Gayatri is so popular throughout India that anywhere you go, you can find this Gayatri mantra. Om Bhur Bhuva Suha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. So Om is a prefix on the mantra. This Gayatri mantra, Bhu Bhuva Saha, that mantra is actually 24 syllables. It's called Mahavyahri mantra. Mahavyahri mantra. It is a great mantra which is spoken by Lord Brahma only, praising the Brahman. And that has been handed off from generation to generation. And so many philosophers, so many schools, thoughts have interpreted this, a great hymn, in many different ways. So many people have given their own version of this Gayatri mantra. Both Indian philosophers and also the Indologists, who think themselves that they are great scholars, they have read many things, and they are capable of giving commentary on all these Vedas and Upanishads. So many Englishmen, Germans, we find Indologists, they are writing volumes on Indian philosophy, on Vedas. But ultimately, few of them actually realize this Vedas, because you can see that in church also you'll find Bhagavad Gita or Hinduism and all those aspects is a subject of study in their curriculum. Those who want to be priests in church, they have to essentially learn this Bhagavad Gita and other Shastras of Hinduism, have an idea of Hinduism. So recently I watched a video of one father who was explaining this Hinduism in detail. But we can understand that although he is trying to explain it nicely, he is explaining from a third party point of view. It's trying to explain a subject. Actually, he is into Christianity, okay? And he's trying to explain the philosophy of another religion, or you can say Vedas, firmly placed in his philosophy, situated in his philosophy, is trying to analyze the other philosophy. From a very neutral point of view, we can understand that the Vedas are much, much, much superior and far, far ahead of all other Shastras, both in terms of huge and massive quantity and the lofty subject matters it is dealing with. The volume of Vedas is really mind-boggling. And the different branches of knowledge, the spiritual knowledge that has been dealt in Vedas, nobody can understand this even in a few lifetimes, or even if he has able to live up to so many years. It's really difficult unless they are empowered saints like Madhvacharya, Ramanacharya, and of course Krishna himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Apart from that, nobody is able to really comprehend what is Vedas all about, the Vedic scriptures. So anyway, many people have attempted to give meaning of this Gayatri mantra. And you can see the simple meaning of this one is Om means a sacred syllable pranava, Bhu means Bhuloga, Bhuva means another part of middle planets. You can see Bhuva is a middle planets, and Bhuva in certain aspect is considered as Antariksha, space also. And Swa is Sologa, heavenly celestial planets. Tat is a supreme soul. Om Bhu Bhuva Suha Tat. Savitu, Ishvara. Sometimes the Savitu is mentioned as Surya, Lord Surya. But actually, it's not Surya Deva. It is a presiding deity inside this Surya Deva. We have to understand this sun globe. There is a presiding deity. You can see the Aditya or Surya or Vivaswan. But the ruling deity within Vivaswan is called Surya Narayana. So most of these hymns are spoken glorifying the Surya Narayana. So Tat is a Paramatma residing inside the Surya Deva. Sabdo Varenyam is who is fit to be worshipped. The only person who is worshipped. Nobody else is worthy of worship. Only Krishna is worthy of worship. Why? Because he remover of sins and ignorance. He is a remover of sins and ignorance. Sins which we have accumulated so many, umpteen crores of lifetimes. The sins we have accumulated due to what? Due to ignorance, due to ajnana. So the hymn, Gayatri Mantra, basically targets Suryanarayana Deva and praising him and requesting, oh Krishna, please remove the sins, or please remove the jnana, which is a basic reason, the cause for me to um, go up and down in this material world, and please give me shelter at your lotus feet. So this is Surya Gayatri. Okay, Dhimahi Devasya Jnana Surabha. And Dhimahi means we meditate. Dhiyo with our intelligence. Yo which na our prachodaya enlightened. So that we may be enlightened on the real wisdom and real knowledge. So starting with we are ignorant and we are meditating on Krishna and with our intelligence. And finally, we hope that we'll be enlightened. So this is basically Gayatri. And Gayatri Mantra is basically used in many occasions, especially in the function of Upanayana, where the Diksha is being given. The Brahmanas, they have this Upanayana Samskara. One of the 16 Samskaras is Upanayana. So this Upanayana, during this Upanayana, Gayatri Mantra is whispered into ear of the disciple. In our Parambara, Gaudiya Parambara, we have the first Diksha is Harinam Diksha. Everybody can chant. Everybody can chant and must chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. But when you are into Parambara, when you are firmly lodged into the Parambara, then when the spiritual master is satisfied that he is eligible to be given the Nama Diksha, at that time, what we call the first initiation, which we call Harinama Diksha, is given to the aspiring devotee. So that is the first Diksha. And the second Diksha is a Brahmana Diksha, by which he is qualified to do the deity worship. The second Diksha, at the time of second Diksha, this Gayatri Mantra, along with we have the Kama Gayatri, some of the mantras are also there, instructed, and there is called Brahmana Diksha. And there is another one, Sannyasa Diksha. After this, the third one is Sannyasa. When more advanced devotees, especially brahmacharis, they acquire the necessary qualification and necessary detachment, everything, every qualifications for to be a sannyasi, they are given the sannyasa diksha. So this is a system in our parambara. The Gayatri mantra is very confidential. Harinama mantra is not at all confidential. Anybody can chant, even like Srila Prabhupada says, even a cat and a dog can chant Hare Krishna. But only very refined people are very pure in the consciousness. They should chant Gayatri mantra. Because after chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, getting necessary purification, we can chant Gayatri mantra also. But even while we are chanting Gayatri mantra, we continue to chant Hare Krishna mantra, even given importance to Gayatri, chant Hare Krishna mantra only. Though of course we'll be chanting Gayatri mantra 3 times a day. And this is a confidential mantra. So Krishna says, of all the mantras, all that in the poetry, we have the Gayatri is the best. He represents me. And the Namasanam in the months Margashishoham. Margashisha is month which is November, December, which is very nice. And especially for our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, especially the Kartik month which falls in November, is very, 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 very sweet for us and important for us. Because all the pastimes, sweet pastimes of Krishna has taken place in this month of Kartika only. And among the seasons, spring is the best, as we all know. In this month of spring, you have so much joy, so many flowers, everything looks very nice, very pleasing. Everybody in a very happy frame of mind during springtime. So many seasons, Krishna says, I am in the spring of Kusmakara. Then Krishna says, Judam Charidamasmi Tejas Tejas Yunamaham Jayosmi Vivasayosmi Satum Satudam. Judam Chara, among the cheaters and the gambling cheat. And on the splendid, I am the splendor. I am victory and adventure, and I am strength of the strong. So cheating, so many processes of cheating are there. People cheat others of land, cheat other gold ornaments, and cheat others for women also. So many cheating are taking place. But Krishna says, among the cheating, gambling is the greatest cheating, because in gambling, you are wiped out of our entire assets. Your whole wealth will be taken away from you by means of gambling. Is called truth. It is called game of dices. As we all very well know, how Yudhishthira lost everything in this game of dice against Shaguni, who was representing Duryodhana. So in one single sitting, Yudhishthira lost everything, all his empire, all his wealth, all his brothers, even his wife, even himself. Everything became, they became slaves to the Kauravas. So he says, Krishna says, among the cheats and the cheat. Although splendid. Splendid means looking very nice, powerful, and beautiful. He is a splendor. He is a victory, and he is an adventure. People have got the adventure spirit. So many persons are inclined to do very audacious acts. In olden days, people have been adventurous travelers. You can say Huan Sang from China. He traveled long distances, came to India. Then you'll find olden days Alexander and all that, who was seeking out an empire, taking his army and going to foreign lands, far away lands, and conquering all those places. These are actually adventure only. Or climbing the Mount Everest, or diving deep into the sea, 20,000 leagues under the sea. So these are adventure sports, and among the adventures, Krishna says, I am the adventure personified, and I am the strength of the strong. Krishna is the strongest person. Very easily he lifted the Govardhan mountain with his little finger. Now he lifted it and just tossed it and showed his hand like this, and the Govardhan mountain rested on his little finger. So we can imagine how strong Krishna is. Then the next verse, Krishna says, Vrishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjaya Muninam Apiham Vyasa Kavinam Kushana Kavi. Among the Vrishnis, descendants of Vrishni, he says, I am the Vasudeva. So Vasudeva has been given so many meanings. Vasudeva Krishna, Vasudeva is Balrama. And sometimes it is very clearly, as mentioned, Srila Prabhupada in his meaning, Dwaraka Krishna. Now, if you read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can see that the original Krishna is Vrindavan Krishna only. And the original Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Padam B, not even a step outside Vrindavan. It's always remaining in Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, the original Krishna. But Vasudeva Krishna, this four-handed form of Krishna, is different from the Vrindavan Krishna. As only very exalted acharyas able to understand, like Jiva Goswami. He has made out the difference. In the 10th canto, you can find Srila Prabhupada is also mentioning this. He says that when Vasudeva, under instruction of Krishna, is taking baby Krishna from Mathura to Gokul, and then when he is entering the room of Yashoda Mataji, he is finding one Krishna there. Already born to Krishna, Yashoda, one Krishna is small baby, is the original Krishna. And when this Krishna, whom Vasudeva is carrying, is placed near this Krishna, this Krishna, Vasudeva Krishna, merged into this Krishna of Yashoda Mataji. That is mentioned in the 10th canto. And when Akrura came to take out Krishna, to bring Krishna to Mathura, then Krishna, when the Mathura Krishna, the Vasudeva Krishna came out of this original Krishna, and that Krishna only accompanied Akrura to Mathura. So that's why Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here as Dwaraka Krishna, because from Mathura Krishna went to Vasudeva Krishna went to Dwaraka. So that is the way of understanding this aspect. And then among the Pandavas, says Krishna says, "I'm Arjuna Dhananjaya," because Arjuna is an incarnation in the sense that he is a part of Naranarayana. He's a Nara in the Narayana incarnation. So he's an eternal associate of Krishna. That's why Arjuna is given specifically mentioned here. And among the sages, Vyasa. And we have seen Vyasa. Why Vyasa? Because Vyasa compiled all the Vedas. Then he has written the Upanishads, then all the Puranas, and Srimad Vedanta Sutra and Srimad Bhagavatam. Everything to suit all those categories of persons for their understanding. Upanishads for people on Vedas, for people who are interested in fruitive activities. Upanishads for thinkers, jnanis. Puranas are trying to understand the meaning of these Vedas. Vedanta Sutra, the cream of Vedas, is meant for all the cream elite people only. And Srimad Bhagavatam is the people who are pure devotees, pure Vaishnavas of Krishna. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is a natural commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So only the cream people who can understand this Vedanta Sutra can really understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Or people who can really understand Srimad Bhagavatam only can understand Vedanta Sutra. Such is the sublime nature of Srimad Bhagavatam. With all the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, all the scriptures in the whole paraphernalia of the Vedic Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam is a crest gem. And that scripture belongs to Vaishnavas. So among the Kavis is Shukracharya, also known as Ushana Kavi, because he's very philosophical, he's very learned, he's a great scholar. So among the people or scholarly people, Shukracharya is the greatest scholar and he represents Krishna. Then Dando Damedamasmi Nidrasmi Jigishtam Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanavadam. Danda, the rod of punishment. So many people are there in the universe who are wielding this punishment. You can see judges are there, and then you find Yama. Yama is also there. He's also punishment. He is a person in charge of punishment. But among the punishment, Krishna says he is the greatest punisher. Why? Because you can see that how Krishna deals with miscreants is given in the 16th chapter. If you go to 16th chapter, verse 17, 18. So 19 and 20. Tanham dishada kuran samsareshu naradhaman Chibami ajasam ashubhan asurisheshu yonishu. Those who are envious and mischievous, who are the lowest among men, are cast by me into the ocean of material existence, into various demonic species of life. So we can understand the nature of punishment, the stiff punishment that Krishna gives to people who are very, very miscreants, people who are the lowest among men, who are asuric in nature. These people are sent to the ocean of material existence in various demonic species. And from there, again, it descends and lower. Asrim yonimapanna mudha janmani mam aptayeva kaunteya tado yandi adhamam gadim. So from there, attaining the repeated birth among the species of demonic life, such persons can never approach me. Gradually, they sink down to the most abominable species of existence, like worms. So many species, abominable species of pigs, hogs, and they can never approach me. Of course, having said that, Krishna ultimately sends his very pure devotees, and pure devotees are so compassionate that they preach even among the lowest of the species, even lowest of men. Naradhama is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam again. Outside the Varnashram system, we have seen so many groups of Meshas, 9 groups. Kirada, Hunandra, Pulkasha, Abira, Yavana, Kasadiga, so many groups are there. But these people coming to contact with pure devotees, they also become very pure, free of their sins, and they become devotees of Krishna. So that is there. But now Krishna here mentions that among this punishment, and the greatest the rod of punishment. Then Maunam, Jigishadam, Nidirasmi Jigishadam. The moral of people who are seeking victory. Suppose you're going to war. There are so many restrictions are there. Moral instructions are there. Like you will find in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna is instructing Arjuna the rules of war. When we are people are fighting on rathas, then when one is deprived of his ratha, that person cannot be attacked. Person who is not having weapons, he should not be killed. A person who is behaving in an insanely manner, not in a very sane frame of mind, he should also not be killed. One who is like a man, like a child, he should also be killed. And person who has surrendered, who should also not be killed. So these are the moral thoughts in wars. And the war, you should not take undue advantage of women and wealth in the war, because afterwards in the adharmic wars, we find that the spoils, the riches of war are enjoyed by the soldiers. So one attraction of being a soldier is that you can enjoy the spoils of war, namely women. So that is against the moral codes. Krishna says, Nitirasmi Jigishram, Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam. Among the confidential processes, Maunam, meditation, is the highest. Shavanam, there are 4 aspects. Shavanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Then realization. That means listening, contemplation, meditating, and then realization. So Maunam actually means meditation. Meditating on Krishna. Meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. That is Maunam. Savai Krishna Padaravindayo. Savai Mana Krishna Padaravindayo. So our mind should always be meditating on the lotus feet of Krishna. And the best way to meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna is to chant his mantra, especially in Kali Yuga. So, mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, although audible, it is considered to be mauna also because of its confidential nature of attaining the lotus feet of Krishna. So we call it a mantra meditation on the mantra. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we are meditating always because our ultimate achieve is to get the service of the lotus feet of Krishna. Why meditating on lotus feet? Because we want to get to serve that lotus feet. It's not that we just keep it in our mind and meditating it. No, we want to serve. And finally, says Jnanam Jnanavadamaham. Among the wise and the wisdom. And wisdom or knowledge means understanding what is body and what is soul. A means of attaining knowledge is intelligence. Intelligence ability to understand things as they are. The ability to understand things as they are is the intelligence. And things as they are is basically we can see body and understanding perfectly what is body and what is soul. And that knowledge, that is called knowledge. And through intelligence only, pure intelligence only, you can get this knowledge. So that knowledge, which ultimately discriminates the body and soul, understand the proper knowledge of the soul and its function. That knowledge belongs to Krishna. Krishna is that knowledge. So that way, Krishna completes his opulences, by which we can constantly remember Krishna. So thank you very much. Any questions? Any clarification? Right. Rekha Maji, you can render.
Okay.
Listen,
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Labdayine Hiranyakashi Dakshaha Chilatanka Nasalai Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimho Yato Yato Yamitato Nasimha Barina Hriday Nasimha नरसिंहमदिं शरणां प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नाकाम् अल्बुदशूलां दलिता हिरण्यकशिपो तनुभृङ्गा केशवद्रीता नरहरिरूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नाराहरि जय नाराहरि जय नाराहरि जय नाराहरि जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि 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 बोल उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणभद्रं मृत्युर्मुक्तिर्नमामः उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणभद्रं मृत्युर्मुक्तिर्नमामः उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणभद्रं मृत्युर्मुक्तिर्नमामः श्री नरसिंहा जय नरसिंहा जय जय श्री नरसिंहा प्रहलादेश जय पद्ममुख पद्मभृंग श्री नरसिंहा जय नरसिंहा जय जय श्री नरसिंहा प्रहलादेश जय पद्ममुख पद्मभृंग हरे कृष्ण।
भक्ति विनाशकारी श्री नरसिंहदेव भगवान की
जय
जय
कृष्ण भक्ति श्रेष्ठ पड़ा महाराज की
जय
जय
गंभीरम महाविष्णु
विष्णुं जलं
अनंतं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं विष्णुभद्रं
नरसिंहभीषणं भद्रमृत्युं ते नमामि
सॉरी वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
कृपासिन्धुभ्यः
पतितानां
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः।
नमो नमः
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय
जय
प्रभुपाद की